What? That's the one feeling that we are all getting after watching this crazy movie. Welcome to the first ever movie review by the SM show. I have Susmit Majumder alongside me. He just finished watching the movie Kantara Chapter 1 yesterday. Susmit, first thoughts.
I think it was a good movie, but if I tell you the reality of what I felt after watching Kantara was, I felt Kantara one was better than Kantara first chapter. That's what I felt. That was my honest review after watching the movie.
Fantastic. And it's a very amazing thing that you mentioned because I think on one end, I remember you telling me that 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whenever Kantara came out, 2022, I think it was 2023. I don't remember exactly, but
2022.
okay. So at that time, I remember you telling me that you were the one who actually recommended me to Kantara, and then I watched it on the phone. It was an amazing movie, but then you told me that the theatrical experience was what was amazing. So now you watched obviously both these movies. Now for me, because I did not watch that movie, here I watched and I felt the experience was really amazing. The way the story, screenplay, and everything went on. I want to know your thoughts then. Why do you feel that yeah, the movie was good and everything, but what was it that was different?
Different, I think here they took it to a little bit more than it was needed. That's what I felt. Kantara first one was like it was a proper blend of the story and how it was put in, and also the excitement. No, and also the unexpected things which were happening. Here, things were like, yes, there were unexpected things right at the end, but it was too much. Like, it was too much of spirituality, too much of fighting, too much of like, I felt it was too much of everything, which was not there in the first one. It was a slow build up. And I usually
Hmm.
like when it is slow build up, then where you are not able to guess what is exactly happening. But here we already know what is like what might happen, and they are trying to like I felt as if after one point they were probably trying to stretch the movie even more. That's what I felt. But this was not there for the first one. First one was like we didn't want it to end. Something like
Hmm.
that was happening because of the story, because of the excitement, because of the unpredictability.
Hmm.
That is
Yeah, I
what
think
made
if you
Kantara.
if you really compare both these movies, the slow build up, the twist, I think I'm also reminded of the Pushpa also in this case then, because if you look at Pushpa, also the same kind of thing happened. If you look at the first movie, there was a slow build up, slowly, wonderful build up, and then the mass elements and everything comes into the picture. In the second movie, I felt that it was way too stretched, and they kind of overdid every single thing.
It was over thing of like they try to overdo the same things again,
Mm,
which was kind of irritating. Like I remember when I went to watch Pushpa, the last one which came out, the Pushpa second part, I felt as if when will the movie get over? And this is something which I actually felt while watching Kantara. I had a feeling when will it get over? Because I knew what might happen, and I was like, I'm not getting the enjoyment somehow.
mm. Interesting.
Having said that, I'm not saying the movie was bad, but somehow when you compare that with Kantara, I felt, and it's not just me, it's everyone who went along with me. Everybody's
Got it.
opinion was
Yes.
the same.
I mean, yeah, the two different set of people, it makes a lot of sense. I think back then, people who did not watch Kantara in the theater and them watching this movie as a first time experience, at least for me, I'll tell you, I felt amazing because uh, I'm someone who hardly goes to the movies. So I like to only pick and choose movies which give you that theatrical experience. So for me, it's only Tom Cruise level movies or any of these Indian movies. I don't really even remember the last time I went. Avatar was the last I went to watch. So for me, it was so such a fulfilling feeling for an Indian movie to go through something like this and give us that entire spectacle. We were always on the edge of our seats, literally. And then the end twist was also something that was unpredictable. The way the different versions of the Guliga Deva was showcased and everything was crazy. Now, my question to you is, as a movie lover, what kind of movies do you prefer to watch? Of course, I remember you had seen, I think KGF also you went and watched in the theater, if I'm not wrong.
KGF Chapter 2.
So KGF Chapter 2, you were the one who introduced me to all these pan-India movies and everything. And you are someone who likes to visit. Of course, you and I, we always go for Mission Impossible and everything. So when you compare like a Mission Impossible production level now, Kantara or KGF and all, what are the kind of movies that you prefer going to the theaters or watching, or you do stay limited to OTT and phone just like me?
No, I like to watch these movies, but as long as there is good build-up, good story, this is something which I'm really fond of. And comedy genre is something which I really like, but not the comedy which is coming right now. I think it's all nonsense.
Mhm.
But the comedy which used to come earlier days were very good, something which I always like to watch, even now also. And I think if I talk about pan-India movies, I think KGF was amazing, especially Chapter 2. I think that that second part actually showed us how the second part should be made. It should be going to the next level. You just cannot pull the same thing which was happening in the first part.
Mm.
Like people know what was happening in the first part. If you really want to make a second part, my point is take it to the next level. If you're not able to take that to the next level, then don't make. Please don't make. But
Yeah,
there's no
yeah.
point of stretching movies just like they did for Pushpa 2, and I guess right at the end I saw Pushpa 3 coming. They will be coming. And it was like I didn't get any excitement. I'd be like, oh no, another movie which I'm surely going to avoid. But
Yeah,
that
yeah.
same thing didn't happen for KGF when I saw that the chapter 3 would be coming. That time there was an excitement because somehow I felt, yeah, I think somehow it can be much better.
If you when you look at all these different movies that are coming out, obviously there are different forms of moviegoers. I remember when we went to watch Kantara, the show literally started almost 40 minutes late. And I did complain to PVR also about this. I sent them a mail and all. Unnecessary ads, too many delays, too many trailers, and also someone who hardly goes to the movies, all this experience kind of bottles up and changes everything, all single thing altogether. If the best cinematic experiences so far definitely was that Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. The Part 2, I didn't like it that much, the recent one that came out compared to the first one. Again, the same thing because of the unpredictability. And I think Avatar is definitely something. So my final question to you for this video, what are the upcoming set of movies that you're excited about, which you want to go to the theaters and watch?
I don't have any idea which movies are coming out, which I
Okay.
feel I should go. I should be asking you.
I
'Cause
mean, Avatar is coming out, I think somewhere in December, maybe. And
Avatar Way of Water I still have to watch.
good, good, good.
That's
No,
pending for me.
make sure that you make Mummy Baba watch Kantara and then the Sitare Zameen Par, Amir Khan and all these
No,
different.
I'll make sure they are not watching Gandhara first part because
Mhm.
they will not like it. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure. But
Okay.
Kantara they will like.
Okay. I mean the
Kantara, I think a lot of people will like because it was unpredictable. People have never seen that. I remember I like we were going to a mall and like it was like 5 minutes remaining
hmm.
and a show was supposed to start and my friend said, "Chal bhai, let's go for the movie." And I'm like, I don't even know what is this Kantara and all this. He said, "You just go, you just like we'll just go for the movie and after the movie you'll tell me how you have watched the movie." And I still remember there were like 4 seats remaining right at the first row. And I was literally sitting like this and watching the movie. But that was the best movie watched till date like this.
You didn't have any neck sprain and all, is it?
I think the movie took all the strain away. That's the level of Kantara. So I think if you have to watch any movie, you have to start off with Kantara. You realize what a masterpiece it was.
It broke a lot
I
of
think
records on the set.
one of the best movies I've ever watched till date.
Fantastic, fantastic. I think a lot of this thing we have discussed so far. Chapter one, of course, mixed opinions in here, but also a very important thing for all the viewers here, right? Right, like different people can always have different experiences, and at the same time, because Shushmit watches more movies than I do, I'm more of a movie watcher on the phone or on the laptop and all. Hall and all, I don't really prefer, but he's someone who keeps watching. He has friends and all to go out with and everything. So big thank you, Shushmit. I think this was the first time we did a movie review and sharing our thoughts about a movie. What were your thoughts about this? Do you think we should do this more often?
Yes, and I think we should also talk about OTTs because We are slowly getting into that as well. Like if I talk about those, I'm pretty behind than a lot of people. They might say that this show came out in 2020. What the hell are you watching now? But yeah, I couldn't watch that time, so I'm pretty behind. But slowly, I'm also getting into the OTT because the stories are really amazing. The way they build up, especially if I talk about Stranger Things, I think that took me like I got the realization that these things can only be possible in OTT, like not movies, because you cannot build up the way you can in OTT.
And we know that you all watching here right now, you can definitely expect us to do a video right at the beginning of 2026, because I don't plan to watch it in those breaks. I want to watch the whole thing at stretch. I've even planned to take 2 days of full day, 2 days of leave just to finish watching Stranger Things. So the season 5, it's going to be epic. Yeah. So
That's going to be a pick for sure.
uh, perfect,
And not
Shushmit.
just
Thank you.
Stranger Things. I think a lot of great Netflix web series are up there
Yeah,
coming up.
there's a lot of interesting things that you mentioned, not just OTT and Netflix. Of course, Netflix kickstarted the things, but when you look at the original stories, the historical documentary format or biography format of Sony Live, right? Scam 1992 and all these things. So we are going to be reviewing all of that as well. Although we are late,
Yeah.
but better late than never, right? And I'm
Yeah.
sure when
I'm
we
sure
start
there are
sharing,
a lot of people out there who have not watched. Literally, they haven't watched. You tell them, have you watched Peaky Blinders? No, but I would say watch. So something like that. There are a lot of web series out there. People haven't watched Wednesday. Should watch. A lot of people who haven't watched Special Ops. I think amazing web series, amazing Indian web series also. A lot of people haven't watched Scam 1992. You need to know who is Harshad Mehta. Why is he so famous? And
yeah.
Pratik Gandhi was amazing in that one. I think I became a big fan of Pratik Gandhi after that.
Crazy, crazy. And
So,
the way they, and it was very, very original also. To they didn't try to add too much of mass elements. So that's why I'm a big fan of Sony Live TV series. They keep it glued to the story and add whatever that is needed from a cinephile perspective. So it's crazy. So a lot of points we have discussed, a lot of points to more to discuss. You can stay tuned for more such movie review and OTT review episodes from the SM show as well. Big thank you, Shushmit, for kickstarting this crazy. Thank you.
thank you.